All right, everyone. Unit 4, Unit 1, Day 4. Oh my gosh. Um, I believe that this is the last day that we can post um, for this unit. Since it's Friday, I believe that means that it's the end of the week and end of the discussion stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I wanted to use this as an opportunity to summarize my thoughts and to sort of reach a final conclusion. Um, as I was watching all of your most recent video contributions, I took note of a lot of the common words that I noticed were being used amongst you guys. Um, Also, by the way, welcome, Maria. We're glad to have you. It's been a really cool group so far. Um, let's see. So, some of the common words that I noticed were exciting, scary, part of something new, the new norm, uh, responsibility towards younger generations, um, technology holding us as opposed to us holding technology, overwhelming, uh, different, the lens creating distance, the new norm. I feel like the common theme with all of these words seems to be apprehensiveness and uncertainty, um, which I can relate to a certain extent. It is, you know, things do seem to be moving at a fast pace, and I know that um, I think it was Sarah who mentioned that using words like advancement can create a sense of bureaucracy, I think is the word, where we talk about things being better than what they were or more advanced than what they were and not appreciating things that were, that took place in the past, whether you're talking about um, technology or art or media, things like that. Um, I believe that things, what Logan Paul did, I'm going to bring him up again as an example, as hard as it might be to discuss. I think that it's something important that happened. It was a really tough reminder that there are people in society who create things without worrying about others for the sake of bringing themselves up. Um, I think that what Logan Paul did brought out the good of the YouTube community in that so many people spoke out against his actions. Again, Logan Paul has tens of millions of people watching his YouTube videos, but at the same time, there are so many more people in the community who spoke out against those who were in support of him. And I believe that something to take from that is that bad news, bad social media posts, bad archives, negativity is far more looked into than good, than positivity, because when you think about positivity, that goes hand in hand with peace and calm and uneventfulness, and that is considered the norm. When negative things happen, when bad things happen, when bad people get their way, that is a disturbance of the peace that becomes admittedly more interesting in the public eye to be read into and to be looked at and to be spread. So it can be really easy to feel like you are surrounded by negativity and that negativity is just so widespread. But it's important to keep in mind that there is so much more good out there. And it is possible to use these same social media platforms and these same forms of technology to make positive change. and to provide younger generations with a sense of control, in that not everything around them is messed up. Not everything around them is doom and gloom. The only thing that you can control in life is yourself. And I believe that we are the ultimate tools to provide positive change in humanity and provide positive change in technology and discovery and art and everything. I think that we are a lot more influential than we realize. It's a lot easier to gather attention and to be noticed when you're doing something bad. And it's a lot harder to do good things and be noticed. So that is why I feel like negativity in social media seems to be more rampant than positivity. There's a quote by J.K. Rowling that I wanted to tie into my thoughts. And she says, I think you have a moral responsibility when you've been given far more than you need to do wise things with it and give intelligently. I think that that applies to our discussion, in that when you're in a place of privilege, when you're in a place of having something so good for yourself, such as, you know, the best smartphone, the best laptop, the best art, the best thoughts, you have a moral responsibility to share that in a positive way, in a way that creates good change. And I think that that's possible. I think that that happens every day, and it's a little harder to pay attention to that because, again, the bad just seems so apparent. I think I'm getting a little preachy at this point, but I think I just choose to be optimistic, and that can be a little hard sometimes. But I believe that being optimistic creates change, and change is good. We want to progress, and we want to become better for our younger generations, and we want to keep things exciting. And being scared isn't a bad thing. Being scared makes you more active, and it makes you want to change things for the better so that you're no longer scared. Being part of something new is fantastic. Being part of something new keeps you alive. Let's see. Lens creating distance. Like, I feel like that kind of ties into the whole. You can relate it to Logan Paul. Forgive me again for using him as an example, but through that, positivity came about. And that the good people of YouTube, the good people of social media collectively took a stand and said, no, this is not okay, and change needs to be made. Technology holding us as opposed to us controlling technology. I think that that kind of relates to things being anthropomorphized, and how technology just seems to be more and more uncanny as time goes on. And a lot of people like to say that, you know, people are glued to their phone screens or so afraid to unplug. But you can think about that in a good way. I live 3 hours away from home and my family, you know. My phone keeps me in touch with people that I otherwise wouldn't be able to keep in touch with. So maybe that's a little bit of an extraneous variable. But again, I just choose to be positive and to maintain positivity and to share my thoughts in a way that hopefully you guys find interesting. Hopefully you guys find enlightening. And I'm really interested in hearing your guys' opinions and having different opinions to listen to and to consider, because it makes me think and it makes me learn I feel like we're all gonna really learn from each other in this class. I'm really excited for that. All right. Sorry for getting a little preachy. Sorry if my optimism comes off as foolishness. um, but I think that if we really want our lives to be in positivity, the best place to start is within yourself and your own actions and what you develop for your own archive. So that's that. I sound like a children's story. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me. I really look forward to the rest of the video discussions. This has been a lot of fun so far. And again, just thank you very much.